Hey, it's Jefferson, and it's time for another. And there you have it. Well, I went up to Fairbury, Nebraska, and I gave an author presentation to Central Elementary School. And again, it was freezing, and it still is freezing here in Kansas. I think I might grow me a really big, long beard. Probably not. Well, anyway, Central Elementary gave me 3 things to turn into a story, and they told me, they gave me a list of things to choose. And some of those things on the list were like cartoon characters from movies. And so just an FYI, if you want a story time, I can't use one of those because I'm sure it's trademarked and everything else protected. So I can't use characters from TV shows or cartoons, okay? But they gave me a good list to choose from, and I chose 3 things out of that list. Number 1 is firefighter. Number 2 is a snowman. And number 3 is a school, okay? So those were 3 good things that I knew I could come up with a pretty fun story. So here we go. On a cold winter day in a small town in Nebraska, a bus traveled through from North Pole, Alaska. Only one passenger stepped off, and to everyone's surprise, it was a snowman with a carrot nose and charcoal for eyes. He looked around and took it all in, and immediately spotted a red fire engine. It raced through town towards a big cloud of smoke, and the snowman wanted to join them. I'm not kidding, that's no joke. Wait for me, he yelled, but the fire truck never stopped. Even though he had no legs, in the direction of the fire he hopped. Where are you going, Mr. Snowman? The townspeople asked. He had no time for small talk. He had a very important task. I was put here on earth for one thing and to be all that I can be. I'm the absolute best firefighter. Just give me a chance. You'll see. The people looked confused. Did I just hear what I think he said? He's made of snow and he wants to fight fire? Has the cold gotten to his head? The snowman finally arrived at the school and the blaze was completely out. The firefighters had already left the scene and the snowman started to pout. The school children gathered outside and saw the snowman looking sad. What's wrong, Mr. Snowman? The fire is out. We're all safe. You should be glad. Once again, I missed my calling of putting out a fire. I've gone from town to town, but still no station will hire. It sounded just as strange to the kids as it did the folks in town. But they believed the snowman was telling the truth by his face that wore a frown. And then a clever idea crossed their teacher's mind. With his lighter, he secretly lit some paper for the snowman to find. And as the school children were together, someone spotted a little flame. It quickly spread to the grass it was on. This was the snowman's moment of fame. Fire! The children shouted, and the snowman stood up tall. Everyone back! I've got it from here. Take safety against the wall. They watched the hero made from snow confidently hop to the out-of-control blaze. And what took place after that was enough to send the children into a daze. The fire was out at the Nebraska school and they were all safe once again. And there in the middle was a puddle of water that was once an eager snowman. The end. Alrighty, well, Central Elementary, thank you for all the ideas and for letting me choose out of that list. I think we came up with a fun story, and that was a very fitting story to read to you all at the presentation because it was so cold and there was snow everywhere around the school. And in fact, Fairbury, Nebraska is a very pretty town. It's a small town, and you go over this bridge, and there's a railroad track, and there was a train stopped when I got over the bridge, and it was a very scenic town that looked an awful lot like the illustrations which I always love. It's just a small Midwestern town. And so I hope that the story and the illustrations hit close to home for you. So it was a lot of fun, and if you would like to have your own story made on Jefferson Storytime, please in the comments just give me 3 things, 3 words, 3 things that are not similar though, not 3 items of food or 3 animals. Just give me 3 different things to challenge me, give my imagination some work, and we'll come up with a fun story. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.